name is Stanley, and this is Battle Locale. Battle Locale is a battle royale style game, but in real life and with magic. But before that, what are battle royale style games? Battle royale style games are typically in a video game world with anywhere from 10, 50 to even 100 people. And what makes it unique is that there's only one winner, so think of it kind of like Hunger Games. Something else that makes these games unique is that there's a circle of doom that becomes smaller and smaller as the game progresses. So if you're outside of that circle of doom, you'll start taking damage and eventually die. Some of these Battle Royale style games also have loot crates or certain spots around the map where you can gain extra weapons and slay your foes. Now, playing a Battle Royale style game in real life has never really been done before, and it is a little bit different. So when we were thinking about this, we thought, why not put a Battle Royale style game in real life and use your phone as a way to cast magical spells? So you can queue up with 10 of your friends in your local city and attack friends with magical spells within your range while scouting them out and getting a really good workout. Now, our combat system is extremely unique. First, you have to scout out your friends in real life, whether that be running around the park, finding them on Find My Friends or on Snap Map, right? And these friends will appear on your screen if you're nearby. Well, there might be a question of what if you never find your friends, right? And that's how the sort of circle of doom comes into play. As the sort of circle gets smaller and smaller, you have a higher chance of seeing your friends because you have a higher area, or rather less area, to play with. You can also send out your spells by tapping on the map, and all these spells are directional, meaning that you can miss, and all of them have a certain amount of damage done and cooldown, so you just can't walk up to one of your friends and start spamming one spell over and over again. Now, learning spells is something we had to implement, and the way you do it is by walking to a spell tome or a nearby landmark on your city. So if you go to a park or a library, chances are there's probably going to be a landmark or spell tome there where you can learn a variety of spells that will either heal or do extra damage to your foes. You, however, are vulnerable for 10 seconds while learning one of these spells. And below, you can check out one of our spells, such as the Fireball or the Ice Bolt or Healing. All of these have different damage values and different cooldowns, and all have disadvantages and advantages. At the end of the day, there's only going to be one winner and at the end of every game, and really it's a really great way to work out and meet your friends, assuming that this pandemic ends. So let's just go straight into the demo. Hi everyone, welcome to the demo. So the first thing that will happen is that when you land on the landing page, you just enter your username and you'll be put into a queue. In this queue, when there are 10 players found, you'll be put into the game. These can be your sort of friends who want to enter the queue at the same time as you, or just random strangers, so it can be a great way to meet new friends after the pandemic ends. So there are 3 key tips when playing the game. The first tip is that you need to move to the center to avoid taking damage. If you are within it, you won't take anything. You can go around hitting your friends, but if you're outside of it, you'll start taking damage. The second tip is that you need to go to these landmarks like parks or schools where spell tomes can spawn. These spell tomes can let you learn spells that can do increased damage or even heal yourself. And then the last tip is that while we encourage you to walk around the park, explore the schools, you can have fun, but just don't enter private property, obviously. So after the onboarding is finished, we can just hit play and we'll be placed onto the map. So the first thing that I see is that on the top right, I start out with 100 health points. And for the sake of this demo, we have 6 players remaining, right? We can see on the map that there are some trees, some staves, and some other trees. As of right now, the staves are the only landmark that have functionality, and if you were to walk close to one, you can learn a new spell. So let's imagine that we walked next to a staff and want to learn a new spell. We'll just hit this run button on the bottom left. And when learning a new spell, it'll take 10 seconds and you're completely vulnerable, meaning that any of your friends stalking you around or spying on you can attempt to attack you while you're learning something. Of course, you can cancel if you see that a friend is nearby, but it does take some time. Something else you can see is that there's going to be this large circle on the bottom getting closer and closer to me. And this is the circle of doom I'm talking about. So I need to get to the center soon before I start taking damage. Just to explore the map a little bit more, you can see the sort of staves placed around. We're specifically at UCSD, so there's some great landmarks here to check out. And lastly, just to go over the attack system, in your inventory, you can select any specific spell. Here we have our Plasma Ray and Fireball, and when we use the Fireball, you can see this little circle come out, and it's directional, meaning that it'll go to whatever direction your mouse is in, but it'll go on a cooldown for 20 seconds. And that pretty much concludes the demo.